What's up, everybody? It's your boy TGK back with another reaction video. Yes, you guessed correctly. And before we get started, if y'all don't mind dropping a like, subscribing, consider becoming a member, all that good stuff. Enough of the fluff. Let's get straight to the stuff, ladies and gentlemen. This is by AM Hoops. The title of said video is "The Luka Trade Just Keeps Getting Worse." Salute to AM Hoops. As soon as I saw this drop, I kind of knew this was going to get requested to me. I have not seen it, and we're going to live react to this. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get it started.
The Mavs and GM Nico Harrison are holding open tryouts. The top 5 players will be signed immediately to the team. Yes! We're having the first ever AM Hoops vlog. I'm about to be a Maverick. I'm gonna make them forget Luka even existed. Like, Luka who? And I'm just kidding, that is a fake tweet. And even if
I was about to say, like, ain't no way that was real. Ain't no way that was real, because I would have made the team. And I would have brought the hope back into the Dallas Mavericks fan base. It's like, no, I wouldn't. Let's continue.
Dallas wanted to sign me, they can't. Why? Because the Mavs are down to just 8 players. And an NBA rule says below 8, you've got to forfeit your games. We have never seen a team have to forfeit games in the NBA. This is Nico Harrison's fault. And a new poll by reporter Tim Cato says, since the Luka trade, 79.5% of diehard Mavs fans are either much less engaged or reconsidering their fandom altogether. Can you imagine losing almost 80% of your entire fan base? How does Nico still have a job? He will not have a job after what's about to happen. But how real is this forfeit games thing anyway? Because this really would be the perfect end to this horrible season. But outside of the playoffs, this is my favorite time to watch.
But we're going to skip that.
11 Anthony. This game AM dash and
FanDuel, y'all can, Underdog, y'all can hit me up.
Spencer, you need 8 players.
I'll do that for you.
You get up to 1,000. And right now, Dallas has Clay, Spencer Dinwiddie, Najee Marshall, Max Christie.
What is it, Dinwiddie? Hold on.
And right now, Dallas has Clay, Spencer Dinwiddie, Najee Marshall, Max Christie, Caleb Martin, Dwight Powell, Kessler Edwards, and Brandon Williams. So
I'm not gonna kill AM Hoops for that, but AM, it's Dinwiddie, not Dinwiddie or whatever you say. That's how it happens to all of us. Don't kill yourself. It's funny.
That is 8, but the injuries are a list of 9 players, and here's where it gets tricky. Okay, when the Mavs signed and traded for Klay Thompson, they hard capped themselves at the first apron. That means they have $51,000 left to solve this problem.
Damn.
But you can't sign an NBA player for $51K. What about 10-day contracts? Nope, they've used all of them up.
Damn.
What about two-way players? Well, they have 3 two-way players, which means like part G League and part NBA. But a rule says a two-way player can only be active for 50 games. And Kessler Edwards has already used up 47 of those. Brandon Williams 44, and Kai Jones is injured. So we're about to forfeit games. But there is a loophole. It was used in the weirdest NBA game of all time. The final game of Steph Curry's rookie year. Warriors in Portland. The Dubs were so injured, they had just 6 healthy players. But to not forfeit, they dressed 2 injured guys to just sit on the bench. The plan was like 5 starters and 1 sub the whole game. But 5 minutes into the game, center Chris Hunter injures his knee. Great! So now they have 5 guys to play the entire game. Like, you cannot get ejected, you cannot foul out, no injuries. And surprisingly, the Warriors had a lead in the 4th quarter, but then Devin George got a 6th foul. Oh no. After 6 fouls, you got to get out of the game. But there is a rule. If the team has no more players, the 6th foul doesn't mean that they get kicked out. You just get charged with a technical foul. So Coach Donnie Nelson kindly explains this to the ref, who says, yeah, I see 3 guys on your bench there. Oh, they're injured? I don't care. Play them. So Chris Hunter, who injured his knee earlier in the game, tries and can barely walk. They're forced to sub in 2 more injured players before Devin George can finally come back in the game with 6 fouls. The Warriors were so pissed, they go on a 14-6 run to win the game. Rookie Steph had 42. But is it gonna get that bad for the Mavericks? No, it gets worse. Because Nico kept his job after trading Luka, but he is not gonna survive this. So when Kyrie tore his ACL, it triggered the Mavericks' worst nightmare. Because when trying to win with Luka, the Mavs traded all their picks between 2027 and 2030. So 27 went to Charlotte, 28 Thunder, 29 Rockets, 30 Spurs. All they have left till 2031 is this draft and next draft. They have to lose games to have a hope of a future. But how are you gonna lose a bunch of games with Anthony Davis on the roster? It makes no sense. He is really good. Plus, I mean, what's the point of having AD if you're trying to tank, right? They almost have to trade him to get assets. It's the only responsible thing to do. When Kai comes back, he'll be 34 years old off an ACL. AD will be 34 years old, already made of glass. Like, they had like a 2 to 3 year window with Kyrie and AD that was slammed shut as soon as Kyrie tore his ACL. So
Facts.
the only thing to do is to trade AD, tank, and rebuild this team. I mean, they need a new face of the franchise. This is their one opportunity. But the last man on earth who would do that plan is Nico Harrison. He bet his entire career on Anthony Davis, rushed him back from injury even to make up for the bad trade, and he got hurt again after 31 minutes. Nico Harrison is a bigger AD fan than AD's own mom. If he traded him now, it would be admitting that he screwed up, which he did. But does Nico care about the Mavericks' future?
Nope.
Remember he said this in that awkward press conference?
The future to me is 3-4 years from now. The future 10 years from now, I don't know. I don't think they probably bury me and Jay by then.
Yeah, he doesn't care about the Mavericks' future. He admitted it. I mean, he's like, I'm not even gonna be here long term, so who cares? Nico has obviously got to go. It'll make a lot of fans happy too. But what if they don't fire him? I think Nico's plan would be to get another star until Kyrie comes back. What if they got Kevin Durant, right?
Well,
you get 2 years of
that's what
KD
they're gonna
and
go after.
AD waiting for Kyrie. Well, there are two problems with that. Number one, Durant makes so much money that they would have to trade serious depth just to get him. Like, it would take at least PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford, Derek Lively, and picks. And number two, KD is yet another 30-something injury guy. Doing this is a terrible plan. They have to fire Nico and trade AD. But what could they get? Well, despite being shut down this year, AD has been a relatively healthy, amazing two-way player recently. I think the number one fit is the Golden State Warriors. The Dubs are clearly all in for the next 2 years, and they need size. At their best, the Warriors are an elite defensive team, so AD fits. They also have almost all their first-round picks and kept Jonathan Kuminga out of the Jimmy Butler trade. So a realistic deal could be Warriors get AD, Mavs get Jonathan Kuminga, Buddy Hield, and 3 first-round picks. This only works after Kuminga signs his new contract. I know some Dubs fans will hate giving up so many picks, but 3 picks and a good player is the going rate for an all-star like AD. As for Buddy Hield, the Warriors would be so happy to get rid of him. Look at this game. When Buddy messes up on his defensive assignment, Pods and Kerr look at Buddy in disgust. Daniel Lee also shows us where Buddy cuts here, but leaves Draymond like zero space to work with. Dre is so upset with him, you hear him say,
Hield was knocked out of bounds.
Draymond then goes to the bench like, what am I supposed to do with this guy? It's not just Buddy shooting either. He doesn't have Warriors level IQ. But the Dubs aren't the only Anthony Davis fit. So here's a list of teams who badly need rim protection. I think the only ones that actually make sense though as contenders are the Warriors, the Nuggets, and the Kings with AD next to Sabonis. Now the good news for Dallas is this year they should miss the playoffs unless Phoenix somehow keeps losing, which seems impossible, but you never know. They will have a lottery pick, and best case scenario, that'll be top 10. Then it's down to next year, their last pick for a long time. So trade AD, re-sign Kai, and reboot with 2 young stars to compete. But you know what's crazy? If Cooper Flagg skips the NBA draft next year, the Mavs only have picks in this draft and next.
I know where he's going. You tank the hell out of next season and pray you get that number 1 pick and get Cooper Flagg. But I think Cooper Flagg's not going to skip the draft this year. Even though he did get injured, but he's going to be fine. I think he's ready to come to the NBA, bro. So kind of a moot point in a way.
So what if they tank all next season and land Cooper in 2026? I know that sounds impossible, but there are legit signs that Coop might actually return to college next season.
All right, man. That is the homie AM Hoops, always having some good content, good conversational stuff there. And I mean, that's interesting. I just when it comes to trading AD, as long as Nico here, none of that is going to happen. But yeah, man, the trade continues to get worse. I think the angst from the fan base continues to get worse, and it's just a continuation of everything that's been going on. There's nothing that's gonna fix it, man. And I feel for Mavs fans. I really do. Like, nobody deserved this. Y'all didn't deserve it. We didn't deserve it. But yeah, man, it's tough out here. Anyway, man, it's been your boy TGK. Appreciate y'all watching. Leave a like, consider subscribing, consider becoming a member, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. We out.